Are 3 action points for the resistance this weekend today, okay? I hope you got some rest over the holidays because we are going to be resisting our asses off going forward. Number 1, make sure that you have all of the updates downloaded for TikTok on all of your devices because the ban, if it goes into effect, only affects TikTok being in the store, so we won't be able to get updates. Go ahead and download all the updates today on all your devices so we can keep TikTok working as long as possible. Number 2, understand that even so, it still won't work forever. So what we need to remember is that in 2020, it was Trump and Zuckerberg that started this whole ban. Zuckerberg asked for the ban because they said national security, but it's because Meta sucks. And Trump wanted it because we were all talking bad about him on here. We were telling the truth. And so he said national security, okay? The fact is, this app terrifies the fuck out of our government. So what we need to do, whether TikTok remains or whether it doesn't, is we all need to migrate to either Lemonade or to the RedNote. Now, I'm hoping you will, like me, choose both, and here's why. Number 1, Lemonade is the easiest to migrate to. You literally pull it up, and it says, do you want to sign in with TikTok? It migrates over. You still have to type in your profile and stuff like that, but my picture was already there. My handle was already there. And then it brought up everyone that I follow and said, who do you want to follow? And I could select all. And those that aren't on it yet, it sends a pending invitation to them. The ones who had sent me pending invitations were already populated in my followers list. So that is the easiest migration. What I would love to see us do is use Lemonade to take TikTok. There's always going to be some atrophy. But if we all agree, we can basically migrate TikTok to Lemonade. Number 2, what I want to see us do is go ahead and adopt RedNote if you don't have some sort of personal objection to it. And here's why. Number 1, they are being extremely welcoming to us. So this app that was all in Mandarin just a few days ago now has quite a bit of conversion to English. It was very easy to set up. Both Lemonade and RedNote look exactly like and work exactly like TikTok, okay? The reason I would like to see as many of us as possible move over to that is, again, I would expect some entropy. But if we could take TikTok and repopulate the majority of it over on RedNote, that is the biggest fuck you to the government that we could ever give them. Number 3, action point. Some of you are already marching today, some of you are not. I had wanted to march. There's marches across America. I've been having some health issues for the last couple of months that prevented me from actually being able to do that. But what we do need to do is we need to tune in. We need to dial in right now. I know for many years, I just turned off the news because it was draining. And I'm not saying to ignore your mental health. Your mental health is what's most important. Obviously, when you need a break, you take a break, you rest, you take care of yourself, and then you get right back in this fight. We must be dialed in this time because America has never, number 1, looked so much like 1930s Germany. And number 2, we have never had, there's a scale where they look at economic disparity in nations. We have never had this, we have never been as close to the economic disparity that France had right before their revolution as we are today. We need to be connected to one another. We cannot afford to let them make us go dark. We can't trust the mainstream media. They don't tell the truth, but we do here. So be very, very wise. If Zuckerberg doesn't want to fact check, that's fine. We're going to do it for ourselves. Most of us creators who have been paid a little bit of money to be on this app and to create content, most of us are getting rid of all Meta products. So you can find me on Blue Sky, you can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Lemonade, you can find me on RedNote, and you can find me here on TikTok for as long as this lasts. And I will be commenting every day for the first 100 days of this administration from the perspective of a trained lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 20 years. But also from a reformed evangelical. I used to be an evangelical, and now I can give you talking points if you need to talk to evangelicals in your life, because the evangelicals in America today look far more like the Pharisees of the Bible that the biblical Christ opposed than they do anything else. So keep the faith. It's not over. We are in this together. Let's take hands. It is no longer us against that group of people. It is us against the oligarchs. Let's go.